congressmen and women whom our APM have met also have a copy of the Biafran Charter. The reason why the Biafran Charter was given to them is for them to know that we now have a process, we now have a procedure, because we now have a government. It is this charter that is going to guide through our government until we have a transitional government in the homeland. So all these cabinet men and women, all these representatives, all these senators, congressmen and women in America, almost all of them that our APM have spoken with or met, they now have the Biafran Charter with them. So whatever they are doing with our government, they know that this government is genuine. So if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku were looking up to America for Biafran restoration, and now that our APM is in America meeting these men and women that our leader wanted us to get to know, then why are you far from supporting this government, knowing fully well that the government is working in line with the laid-down principles and rules by our leader, to our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku? Why are you now sitting on the fence and saying you are waiting for Mazi Simon Ekpa or waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before you can support what Biafran government in exile is doing? It's really, really problematic. What it means is that you don't actually want us to be free. Yes, that is actually what it means. You want us to continue, every year we'll be fighting for freedom. You want Biafran restoration to be a career, just like the DOS made it to be a career. And we say no. And we say no. We must make sure that everything that needs to be done for Biafra to be restored, just like our APM is doing, we must make sure that we support him with the little resources that Biafrans are donating for this, our freedom. So those of you who are just joining us, please share the space, because I don't actually want to speak on the topic until our host, Veteran Dragon, joins us, because he has to open the space, and from his line of thought, we can be able to follow suit. So I want us to really look at what is happening, what we have been experiencing recently. Recently, you can see people are coming out and telling you that they are Igbos, they are Muslims, they want Muslim Islamic worship in Biafra land. You can also see how the political class, the political chess play is going in Nigeria. You can see the rate at which people are now trying to project P2B to be the Nigerian next president. These are some of the things that when we Biafrans see it, it is really, really appalling that in 2023, it was actually the same thing that happened. Why Biafran people were saying against Peter Obi just for the sake that we don't love him as Igbo man, as a Biafran. We campaigned against it because we know from inception, from the hatred that the Fulanis, the Nigeria oligarchies, the owners of Nigeria had against us, that no Igbo man can be allowed to ascend that position as a president under Nigeria. It was not going to happen. Prophecy of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But a lot of our people called us names. They branded us enemy of Igbo. And while we were so much focused on our Biafra, Peter Obi was focused on destroying Biafra or dividing the support that the Biafran government then was having. Although Biafra land, the number of people who turned out to vote for election, although it was hidden. Some of the elections were done in the churches secretly, and the percentage that voted for Peter Obi was not even up 20% in Biafra territory. Coupled with the people who voted for him in other parts of Nigeria, and they said that he won the election, but even after he won the election, he was not given the opportunity to even lead Nigeria for a day. And we told them that, yes, we told you that Peter Obi was never going to be the leader. Nigeria was never going to give him the opportunity to be a president in Nigeria because he's Igbo. Even when he knew, some of them are saying, oh, we know who won 2023 election, it was Peter Obi and all the rest of them. Did Peter Obi fight for what he believed in? Did he fight for the vote that was casted for him? Did he fight to reclaim his mandate? He didn't do that. Why? Because what the British told him was to just come and try to disrupt what the Biafran government in Ezra was doing, and see if he can put sand in our garden. Is trying to repeat itself again. After the Biafran government, through our APM, our lobbyists and attorney, are now making waves in Washington, D.C. After the congressional hearing, a congressional briefing that happened on the 18th of September last year, had with congressmen and women, the American government have now focused on the issue of Nigeria in relation to what is happening to the Christians in that part of the world. In Nigeria, it is only the Biafran people that have the highest number of Christians. So when the president of America is taking actions against Nigeria for Christian persecution, just to understand, he's talking about the Biafran people. So Biafra is being discussed in Washington, D.C. Another smart card on the Biafran people. The division is now setting in once again. The British are now once again trying to play that same game they have always played, using Biafrans to destroy the Biafran liberation movement or the Biafran freedom. They are now pushing P2B. Now that we are very close to our freedom, now that the international community are beaming their satellite on Nigeria in the numerous atrocities that is being committed against the Biafran people. Now that we are saying we are no longer Nigerians, we want Biafra. We don't want one Nigeria. We don't want your restructuring. As a matter of fact, we are not even against Nigeria. Nigeria can practice their Islamic religion. They can practice their Sharia. But it will not be a Nigeria that we were forcefully joined together. No. They are free to practice whatever they want to practice. But we are Biafrans. We are not part of Nigeria. We are also free to practice our Christianity, our Judaism, and our tradition, traditional worship under Biafra, free Biafran nation. We are not against Nigeria in that area. What we are against is for Nigeria to say that we must be together, that we must be one. That is what we are against. So now that the walls, the senators, those that our APM has spoken with, are now coming in alignment with what the Biafran people are saying and what we have been crying for all this while. It is now that the Nigerian government and most of those evil sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria are now trying to pitch their support for P2B so that, oh, they'll now deceive most of you, believing that Obi will be Nigerian president, and the world will just say, okay, that after all they have reconciled, that now we have an Igbo man as a president of Nigeria. It's a deceit. It's a takia. Even if it is possible that P2B is president of Nigeria, P2B can decide to be a Nigerian. It is within his rights. We are not P2B. P2B can decide to be a Nigerian. We are Biafrans. But one thing is certain, that the 40 states of Biafra land are not in support of any kind of any Igbo election, any Nigerian election in our land, any kind of Igbo presidency under Nigeria. We are not going to support that. It's not what we want. We can never subscribe to that. So if you are in our platforms and you are thinking that, oh, maybe somehow that P2B is going to emerge as a Nigerian president, and because of that, you don't want to support Biafra, I want to ask you, so if they give you an option of a free Biafran state and 8 years of P2B, you will now prefer to follow P2B than to be free and your generation be free out of this evil contraption that we find ourselves. God forbid, we the Biafran people, we are not going to subscribe to that. We are not Nigerians. P2B can be a president of Nigeria. As a Nigerian, it is within his right and decision to make. We are Biafrans, and so therefore, what we want is a free Biafra nation. And that is what we are going to get, depending on the collective decision that each and every one of us as Biafrans make in relation to how much we support our government under the leadership of His Excellency Nkere, because he is in charge of the Biafra liberation movement at this time. Important. So my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, it is disheartening that a lot of people what Nigerian government have been doing to us, but yet they have not been able to take a decisive decision to support the Biafran government for the freedom of their people. It is quite unfortunate. Having said that, I want to welcome, while we are waiting for Veteran Dragon to join us and open the space officially, I want to welcome our sisters who are here with us, Biafrans who have joined us in the space. I see our sister, our UK representative, Odukonamba na Biafra. Lolo Odukonamba na Biafra, Madam Nki, greeting from here, and thank you for joining us. I also see our minister, Minister Betty Ford, a minister in the Biafran Republic government in exile. Minister Betty, thank you for joining us. Man X, I see you as well. Williams, thank you for joining. Our sister Eunice, you are welcome. Lewem Daniel, I see you. Chizoba, I see you as well. Please, if you want to speak, you can request for the mic, and the mic will be given to you, okay? I see you. Odogu, you are welcome. Chizoba Chukwu, I see you as well. S-Bill, thank you for joining us. Soundmind, thank you for joining us. Join Walk. Mystic Man, Nwada Maria, I see you. Captain America, you are welcome. Okorie, I see you. Ecos Kennedy, Chivo, Dr. Frank, Uchenna, Enegido, Great God, I see you, and I welcome each and every one of you to today's space. BT, I see you. Our senior citizen Ben Owabo, you are welcome as well. Solomon Okonkwo, I see you. Thank you for joining us. Please, if you have not shared the X, if you have not shared, please try as much as possible to share it so that we can have a lot of our people to listen, because this message is not only for us, it is for everybody. And those of them who are not here, who are in our various, they are following us in our platforms. Once you share it, those who are following you on your platforms will be able to see the notification and join, so that this message will continue to go around for our people to be well informed of what is actually playing out in relation to Biafran restoration. Thank you so much. And having said that, Love, our own minister, Love Akubundo. Love, thank you for joining us. You have the mic.
My brother. Nwoke onye ajụjụ. Ndewo. Good morning, dear friends. Quick, because I have doctor's appointment. I just want to remind dear friends